If I'm a
Welcome
player,
back to Dallas Game Day, where every stat, every play, and every voice from Cowboys Nation is front and center. Today, we're shining a spotlight on someone who pulled on the silver and blue in 2024, slipped under the radar, and now looks primed to rise, Maurice Leofau. If you were listening last season, you might have caught hints of his potential. A third-round rookie out of Notre Dame, Leofau stepped onto the grass with maturity fed by faith and fire. He wasn't just filling a role, he was earning every rep, every key stop, every shift in momentum. And this year, I believe Maurice is ready to dominate. From treatment room to tackles. Injuries defined the 2024 Cowboys. Stars fell, systems crumbled, the defense lost its rhythm. Yet through that storm, Dak Prescott gingerly returned, the offense found its spark, and there was Maurice, ready to work, never thrown off rhythm. He wasn't the first name on the depth chart, but the moment was his to claim. When DeMarvion Overshawn went down with that nasty knee injury, the spotlight came early. Leofau answered with 50 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 3 passes defended, and 2 forced fumbles across 17 games. That's not incidental production, that's star-born flashes. He played like a veteran, like someone aging into greatness. More important, he looked like a cowboy through every alley, every tackle, every instinctive read. Confidence grows in 2025. Camp and preseason raised the volume. Cowboys insiders started calling him arguably our best linebacker this year. That's praise from voice of experience. The difference between last year and this one? You can see the expectation fueling him now. He's not running to get on the field. He's running to impact it. His shoulder is lower. He's reading quarterbacks. He's smelling routes. And he's blowing lanes open. He's a Swiss Army knife of talent. Solid run defender, smart in zones, disruptive second-level thumper. And let's be honest, how many times did you close your eyes during the preseason and watch us succeed because someone like Maurice attacked the ball? Yes, he's upgrading surprise starter to breakout star. Eberflus scheme and star power. Matt Eberflus doesn't hide the art of linebacker play. He sculpts it. He trusts instincts, challenges toughness, and demands leadership. Maurice fits that mold, coming to the party with both edges, physical and cerebral. In this system, he's not just participating, he's positioned for prominence. With the defense seeking identity sans Parsons, without Overshawn, and finding breathing room, Mozzie, Toya, they need a heart in the middle. That's Maurice. He doesn't just fill blankets, he sparks stares. He isn't a patch, he's the pattern. Cowboys depend on more than past names. In 2025, this is the mindset gap we needed to fill. Knowing the next play, being the man when the check arrives. That's empathy meeting expectation. We all know defenses rise with reliability, not reputation. Heroes emerge in second chances. And for the Cowboys, Maurice could elevate more than just stats. He elevates belief. His growth gives us leverage. It tells every opponent, watch the middle shift or Maurice will shift you. Cowboys Nation, let's stake the claim. Now, it's on you. Do you believe Maurice Leofau is the breakout we've been missing? Which drill, tackle, or practice clip told you he's ready to shine? Are you tuning in for every rep, every shift, every heartbeat because you believe in this kid's rise? Drop your truth in the comments. Raw, proud, and unfiltered. This stage is yours. If you believe in underplayed greatness and emerging leadership, smash that like. If you ride every potential star from preseason to playoff push, subscribe, because this star's journey is just beginning. No smoke, no fluff. Real talent rises when you give it real reps. Here's to Maurice Leofau, the next name Cowboys Nation will yell. Let's ride.